mass disappearances, more than historical events or tragedies. They are portals into human uncertainty, unanswered questions, and the profound limits of what we can explain about our world. Whether tied to war, mysticism, natural disasters, or the inexplicable, let's begin where every exploration of human mystery often starts, with the distant timeline of history. In the late 1500s, over 100 settlers of the Roanoke colony vanished without a trace from their settlement on the coast of modern North Carolina. This wasn't just any colony, it was one of England's first attempts to establish a permanent presence in the New World. Yet, when supply ships finally managed to return to Roanoke after delays caused by political unrest, the settlers were gone, leaving behind no remains, no signs of struggle, no trace. From Roanoke, let's jump several centuries forward to an island as isolated as they come, the Flannan Isles of Scotland, where another disappearance etched itself into history's mysteries. In late December of 1900, the 3 lighthouse keepers stationed there vanished. Their dinner table, complete with half-eaten food, was left untouched. The doors to the lighthouse were locked from the outside. While the 19th and 20th centuries brought theories of isolation and accidents into the mix, our modern world promises technology, surveillance, and control. Yet even this fails us, as evidenced by one of the most iconic tragedies in recent history: the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 in 2014. A Boeing 777 carrying 239 passengers and crew vanishes in an era when satellites can track cars, phones, even birds in flight. Its disappearance stunned the world, plunging into a global search of mind-boggling scope and delivering nothing but fragments. Nearly 10 years later, the mystery survives in a dual landscape, one drenched in technical data, piloted by physical search teams and scientists, the other brimming with conspiracy theories. Was the pilot suicidal, as was hinted but never confirmed? Did the plane fall victim to a progressive mechanical failure nobody ever noticed? Or, more strangely, was MH370 captured by forces beyond what logic can conceive? But this isn't always about technology failing us. Sometimes, mass disappearances leave evidence out in the open, yet twist our minds so completely that even decades later, their stories seem unbearable. Consider the haunting tale of the Sodder children. On Christmas Eve 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, 5 of the Sodder siblings vanished after their home burned to the ground. Curiously, though the fire was devastating, investigators found no physical remains in the ash. No bones, no suggesting that the children perished within. Some disappearances stand as both metaphor and mystery. And in the triangle of superstition, that strange Bermuda Triangle, one maritime tale remains synonymous with all we cannot explain. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a massive U.S. Navy fuel ship, disappeared with 309 crew members on board as it made its way home. To this day, it marks the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history. And yet, even as history progresses, no sign of the Cyclops has ever emerged. No wreckage, no lifeboat, no indication. We could finish here, but the world's mysteries are boundless, and haunting disappearances stretch far further into time, space, and speculation. In 1937, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan vanished during their infamous trans-Pacific flight. In 1975, an entire Laotian military base near the Balawan Plateau collapsed overnight into silence. And in 1978, Australian pilot Frederick Valentich broadcast eerie, cryptic reports of an unidentified object shadowing his plane, only for silence to follow, and no trace of his flight to ever be found. Mass disappearances don't conform to a single pattern. Some of these are coated lightly across the edges of mystery, spawning logical solutions that nonetheless elude formal closure. Others are blanketed in incomprehension, opening fissures into deeper questions humanity still can't answer. Is this tied to science we haven't mastered? Are powerful forces conspiring across governments, oceans, and timelines? Or, in our worst fears, is unexplained absence simply part of the human universe, a mark of chaos, and the ultimate reminder that control is but an illusion? As you absorb these stories, one thing emerges clearly. Disappearances like these are never entirely about those involved. They are mirrors for us, staring back at everything we fear, everything we hope to one day understand, and everything that insists on lingering outside our reach. What do you believe? How do you explain the inexplicable? Could one answer link these stories together, or must they remain fragmented, echoing into history, forever asking questions that are impossible to answer? The search for understanding continues, and no matter how many years pass, we may never truly find it.